Hello students, today we are going to revise chapter the fundamental unit of life. First of all, what is cell? Cells are the fundamental structural unit of living organism and basic units of life. In this, now we will discuss discovery of cell. First of all, cell was discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. He was an English scientist and he saw the cell in a thin slice of cork, and he saw this in the self-designed crude microscope. After that, in 1674, Van Leeuwenhoek, a Dutch scientist, he studied living cells like bacteria, protozoa, RBCs, etc. for the first time. After that, J.E. Purkinje in 1839, he used the term protoplasm for the living substance which was present inside the cell. Next is the cell is what is a cell made up of? Cell is a tiny mass of protoplasm which is surrounded by membrane and is capable of performing functions of life. So the term protoplast is used for the mass of protoplasm which is present inside the cell. So cell is formed of three parts. First is the plasma membrane, which is also known as cell membrane. Second is the nucleus, and third is the cytoplasm. So first of all, we will revise plasma membrane, which is also known as a cell membrane. Plasma membrane, it is the outermost extremely delicate and elastic membranous covering of a cell that separates its content from the external environment, which is, and so plasma membrane, it is also known as selectively permeable membrane. Why it is known as selectively permeable membrane? Because it allows entry of certain substances, exit of some substances, while preventing passage to remaining substances. So plasma membrane is a living flexible membrane, and there are many functions of the plasma membrane. It gives shape to the cell. Second is its function as a mechanical barrier. It is a selectively permeable membrane. Its function is also endocytosis. Next is the recognition, means it has substances over its surface which function as recognition center and point of attachment. Flow of information, osmosis, cell continuity, specialization, these are the functions of the plasma membrane. So plasma membrane, here figure 1.6, you can see here movement of molecules through a selective semi-permeable membrane, how it allows the entry and exit of the particles through it. So next is the difference between diffusion and osmosis. Diffusion, it is the movement of substances from the area higher concentration to the area of lower concentration, but osmosis, in this movement of water from the area of higher concentration to the lower concentration. So diffusion, it can take place in solid, liquid, gases, but osmosis is take place only in the liquid medium. So diffusion, it does not involve any semi-permeable membrane, but it requires, means in osmosis semi-permeable membrane is required. Next is the equalization. It equalizes the concentration of substances throughout the available subspace, and osmosis, it does not equalize the concentration of solvent on two sides of the membrane. Next is the independent diffusion. Different substances diffuse independent of one another as per their concentration, but in osmosis only the solvent undergo the diffusion. Next, diffusion is not much influenced by the presence of any other substance, but osmosis, it can be influenced by concentration and type of solute particle. Next is the hypotonic solution and hypertonic solution. A figure is hypotonic, B figure is isotonic, and C figure is hypertonic. What is hypotonic? It is a dilute solution which has a osmotic concentration lower than that of another solution. In isotonic, the solution has an osmotic concentration similar to that of another solution, and in hypertonic it is concentrated solution which has an osmotic concentration higher than that of another solution. Next is the endocytosis and endoosmosis and exoosmosis. In endo in endoosmosis, you can see some resins, these are dissolved in water. So water has means big tub in which these are resins are dipped in any you can say any beaker. So these, what is inside it? Water concentration is outside the higher, outside the cell. So resins, these are the cells, they have less concentration of water and they will swell up, and because they will absorb the water from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. This process is known as endosmosis. In exosmosis, outer concentration means outside the cell water concentration is less, so the water will come out from the resins, from the cell it will come out and resins will shrink. So this process is known as exosmosis. So students, that's it for now. Next topics we will revise in next video.